It's 10 trivia questions on 2000s song lyrics. This is Trivia with Buds. And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out the show, and happy after WrestleMania weekend. If you've listened to my show for a long time, you know this is my Super Bowl. I don't watch real sports, but I do love wrestling. And it was quite the weekend, WrestleMania 39. First night, fantastic, 10 out of 10. Second night, not quite as good, but still overall a super fun show that I was very glad to watch with some wrestling buddies in Bristol, Virginia. Shout out to Robbie and Mary and Ryan and Ashley for hosting me at their house. That was a lot of fun. And now we're diving in today on a new week, the Raw After Mania tonight, and now a bunch of random trivia from the 2000s, which was a good era for music and wrestling. 2000s song lyrics coming up in just a minute. Before we get to that, we have our Geek Out Challenge card. For movies, name 5 Meryl Streep movies. For television, 3 Netflix animated sitcoms. For books, name 4 X-Men comic book characters. For music, 4 Britney Spears songs. And for miscellaneous, name 5 characters from Winnie the Pooh. Those are your warm-up challenges for today. Hey, do you have something you want to advertise on the podcast or something you want to advertise in person in California and Tennessee? I could put it on my answer sheets. I could put it on the slides that we show the questions on. Whatever your product, your service, your thing is. If it is something local to where I do the events, that's great. But if it's something more universal, like you have an Etsy shop you want people to know about, make sure to hit me up. I will tell you how much it costs and the different kinds of things we can do to promote your stuff. I don't do a lot of ads on this podcast, but I do kind of pick and choose when I really like the company or the service or whatever it is. And that usually stems from relationships I have from listeners and other people in the trivia world. So reach out to me, ryanbuds@gmail.com, anytime if you have anything you want to advertise. 138,000 listens on this podcast in the month of March. That's crazy. I don't know how that happened, but we must have been featured somewhere. I Googled my podcast and found some articles that I had never seen. We were featured in The Guardian, like on the Guardian's website in the UK, for top trivia podcasts, which is great. It was like I was listed next to Doug Loves Movies, which is one of my favorite podcasts. So that was very cool. I found that from November, but I just found it like this past weekend. And then a bunch of other just mentions of the show on random blogs and things like that. So I don't know what happened in March, but we skyrocketed from the usual 30,000 downloads a month, roughly, going Monday through Friday, a total of 30,000. In January and February, that shot up to 70,000. So we were in the 70,000s for those months. And then in March, man, I don't know what happened, but 138,000. So thank you so much for helping me spread the word, or for writing about the show, or for telling thousands and thousands of friends. It's very cool of you. We're going to dive into 2000 song lyrics right now. Here we go. All right, 2000s song lyrics. Let's see what you know. I'll give you the lyrics. You tell me the name of the song and the artist. Number 1. O-O-O-O-O. O-O-E-O-O-O. I'll get him hot, show him what I've got. That's probably the more important part. I'll get him hot, show him what I've got. What song is that from the 2000s? Number 1. Number 2, come on now, who do you think you are? Ha ha ha, bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Number 2, come on now, who do you think you are? Ha ha ha, bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Number 3, I was like, good gracious, ass is bodacious. Flirtatious, trying to show faces. Number 3, I was like, good gracious, ass is bodacious. Flirtatious, trying to show faces. Number 4, you're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. Number 4, you're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. Number 5, I'd rather be home with Ray. I ain't got 70 days, because there's nothing you can teach me that I can't learn from Mr. Hathaway. Number 5, I'd rather be home with Ray. I ain't got 70 days, because there's nothing you can teach me that I can't learn from Mr. Hathaway. Number 6, lay where you're laying. Don't make a sound. I know they're watching. All the commotion, the kitty-like play has people talking. Number 6, lay where you're laying. Don't make a sound. I know they're watching. All the commotion, the kitty-like play has people talking. Number 7, now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drag. Number 7, now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drag. Number 8, and I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These 5 words in my head scream, are we having fun yet? Number 8, and I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These 5 words in my head scream, are we having fun yet? Number 9, 1,000 miles seems pretty far, but they've got planes and trains and cars. I walk to you if I had no other way. Number 9, 1,000 miles seems pretty far, but they've got planes and trains and cars. I'll walk to you if I had no other way. Number 10, she saw the marks on my shoulder, and then the name of the song. Heard the words that I told her, name of the song. Heard the scream get louder, name of the song. She stayed until it was over. Number 10. She saw the marks on my shoulder, heard the words that I told her, heard the scream get louder. She stayed until it was over. And number 11, the bonus question here. For 2 points, name the lead singer of the group, which is the answer to number 8. The group that had the answer to number 8, lead singer of that group, for 2 extra points. Those are all your questions for 2000 song lyrics. Hope you had fun singing along. We'll be right back with the answers after this. We are back with the answers to Trivia with Bud's 2000 song lyrics. Found this old set of slides from a hard drive from the 2010s, early 2010s, and these are all about songs from even before that. So let's see how you did. Number 1, we had a bunch of O's. Oh, 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 oh. I'll get him hot, show him what I've got. Lady Gaga, poker face. Number 2 was, come on now, who do you think you are? Bless your soul, you really think you're in control? Gnarls Barkley, crazy. Number 3, I was like, good gracious, ass is bodacious, flirtatious, trying to show faces. That's Nelly, Hot in Here by Nelly. Number 4, you're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, you're not moving anywhere. U2, beautiful day. Number 5, I'd rather be home with Ray, I ain't got 70 days. Amy Winehouse, rehab. Number 6, lay where you're laying, don't make a sound. I know they're watching. Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire. Number 7, now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drag. The Killer's Mr. Brightside. Number 8, and I've been wrong. I've been down to the bottom of every bottle. Nickelback, How You Remind Me. Number 9, 1,000 miles seems pretty far, but they've got planes and trains and cars. Plain white tees. Hey there, Delilah. Number 10, she saw the marks on my shoulder. It wasn't me. Heard the words that I told her. It wasn't me. Heard the scream get louder. It wasn't me. She stayed until it was over. That's Shaggy. It wasn't me. And the bonus for 2 points, the lead singer of number 8 is Chad Kroeger from Nickelback. I'm looking at these slides. Back in the day, I used to always have a picture hint on every single slide. So, for example, that last one had a picture of Chad Michael Murray from One Tree Hill to hint that it was Chad someone for Chad Kroeger. And I used to do that quite a bit, but there's a lot of places where we don't connect to a TV at all for years now. So I thought it'd be easier for all my hosts kind of universally to not do visual questions. Makes everything kind of a little bit more uniform to send out to 25, 26, 27 different locations on a weekly basis. And if you want to see those locations, go to triviawithbuds.com, click on the Tennessee or California show tab in the top right-hand corner, and come play with me. And if you ever come play in person with me in Tennessee or in California when I'm out there, and you come up to me and you say, hey, came to this live event because I started listening to your podcast and I realized I lived by you, I will buy you a drink wherever we're at. So come do that. That's maybe the coolest thing when people are like, I found this podcast, then I started playing with you because I realized you lived close by. So there you go. Your fact of the day is, at one point, Mark Twain had 19 cats. He was a cat guy. Mark Twain loved cats. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. Thanks for reaching out to me. If you have anything you want to advertise to this growing in popularity podcast, and we'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.